I kid you not. I was so embarrassed on so many levels. I was so upset. And when Roosevelt was telling me, it was just like, I was listening, but I wasn't digesting it. I couldn't register it. I was just like, what? First off, he told my business. Why are you telling my business? Why are you telling my business knowing, like, that was out of spite? I felt like that was coming from a bad place. That was most definitely out of spite. Then on top of that, Marky, you didn't think about to tell me, hey, I hung with your friends. You didn't, like, that didn't go inside your nugget to tell me that. You had Sunday when me and Charlesetta was right there. You could have said something then or before Charlesetta came. You still had time to say something. Saturday when you came back and you was saying you had a good time and I never questioned where you was at. You could have told me then. When we was outside my window smoking and we saw the stripper girl, you could have told me then. When I was putting alcohol and peroxide on your ashy elbow because you scraped it, you could have told me then. But yet you had me come here to this school knowing that you, and you was minding my business. What if they wanted to puke? They could have wanted to run up upon me and put the switch on me, and you'd have dropped my Hattie where I'm at. You'd have dropped where I'm at. I kid you not, the way I barged to the lunchroom, feeling all sorts of ways, because I'm embarrassed. Like, because you could have told me. I'd rather for me and you to be beefing in the house than now my attitude, because I can't control it. I'm about to spaz out now, going towards the cafeteria. So I'm walking, I'm looking. I see that he's like going to the trash can, dumping out, whatever he's done with on the tray. And so Roosevelt like, there you go right there. And so Charlesetta like, hey, just relax. I'm like, no, I'm relaxed. She like, no, seriously, just relax so it won't be no problem. I'm like, that's my brother. It ain't gonna be no problem. She like, well, excuse me. She like, I'm just gonna go to my locker. Right? I'm just gonna go to my locker. She turned around and walked away. Now it's me, Gregory, Chuck, Augie. It's all of us right there. Roosevelt is all of us. We walking towards Marky. So as Marky walking back to where he was at and sitting down talking to somebody, he kind of like see me coming through the crowd, like coming towards the table. So he see me and he like, bro, what happened? First off, my face expression told that it was something wrong way before I approached. My aura, you can feel my energy. He knew that it was something popping. It was finna be an earthquake to shake it was finna be an earthquake real fast. And I was coming in effect because the way I was walking, and I'm talking about me mugging him, and then everybody else is like following the leader in that sense. Like they walking like, oh, it's finna be a problem. So Marky like, yo, so he started coming towards me. I say, why are you telling my business? He like, wait, move your hand. I'm like, Marky, don't do that, because I swear to God, we would get crazy in this cafeteria. He like, crazy. So Roosevelt like, then you come straight like that. He just, as I'm in a heated moment, trying to check Marky, because mind you, I have to check him as a friend, and I'm his big brother. So that don't really mix, right? Because it only mix if you're not my real brother. But you my real brother, so I got to see you at the aftermath. I have to still see you, okay? I got to still see you. So Roosevelt like, where you was at Saturday? Then you come over. Then you come on the little band thing. And so he like, oh, that. And so I'm like, yeah, that. He like, yeah, cause Roosevelt invited me. He like, yeah, I invited you. I said, so you called my brother? He like, I didn't call your brother. He like, I didn't even talk to your brother. He just showed up at my door. So I'm like, you remember how to get there? You remember how to get there? It's crazy. You remember how to get to Roosevelt House. It ain't like I've been going there like days after days after days after days. He knew how to get there. That threw me for a loop. So I'm like, so you went there, didn't even want to tell me. He like, I was going to tell you. I'm like, bro. And I'm like, didn't you tell him? Where you tell him I was at? He was like, I don't remember. And then Roosevelt was like, you remember? Remember Charlesetta? Oh, yeah, bro. I did say that because he kept asking why you weren't picking up the phone. I'm like, so why you just didn't tell him I was busy? He like, because I thought y'all was, I'm like, you know what, it's cool. And I'm like, you just told mom, okay, you know what, it's cool. It's good. And I walked off, right? I walked off. I don't know how I'm going to deal with this situation. What's going to happen next? I feel some type of way with all sorts of anger inside of me. All type of emotions. Because it's like, dang, did my brother just switch on me? Like, you want to go tell this? Like, you telling my business. Like, now I see what my mama mean by telling my business. Or I'm coming in a situation blindly and I don't know nothing about it. Like, that right there, I understood. So I go to my locker, the bell rings, I'm going to the class late. Everybody pretty much is coming out, right? I'm going to my class late, okay? I'm going to my class late. As soon as I get to my locker, the bell goes off. So, you know, everybody got grace period, but still I'm not right there. So I go to my first period. Boom, I get to second period, all right? I get in second period. Dorothy, as soon as I come through the door, Dorothy is already sitting down, okay? Now, it was weird because she didn't say nothing, right? She wasn't disrupting the class. We got through the assignment. Everything was good. Boom, it's time for us to get ready to go. Everybody leave. The teacher was like, hey, Roshan, can I talk to you? So she say, how is Dorothy treating you? First off, it's just Monday. It's just Monday. I just saw her. Like, I ain't even see her the whole time I was in the hallway talking to Roosevelt and them in the cafeteria. I didn't see her. So I was like, it's fine. She haven't said nothing to me. Okay. Maybe she got a whooping or a beating. And I was like, I don't think you can say that. Like, this teacher was bold and blunt. Because some stuff that she would tell me, I was like, I know you don't post to. She was like, because the way she bullied people throughout this whole year, last year, and half of this, I can't, And she's doing it now? No. She got to get it together. Like, when she first came to this school, it was, and I'm just sitting there like, oh, yeah, she like, and we're going to put a stop to it. Teachers need to say something. Students need to start speaking up. She like, so if you ever see anybody getting bullied, come tell me, go tell the teacher. So she was really strict on like the bullying stuff. Like, and cause she would always push, you know, that on me. Like, hey, you know, if anybody getting bullied or you getting bullied. And, you know, now that I'm older, I understood. At first I was like, nah, she bullied me. We got the fisticuffs. We go batter. You know what I'm saying? We go get out there in the cornfield. So, boom, I comes out. I go to my locker or whatever. All right, boom. It's time for lunch. All right. I go in lunch. I see all of them kind of like going to their normal table. I see Marky. I still see Rosa. I see them. I'm in line. I ain't say nothing. Right, boom. I go. I grab my stuff. Now, it's kind of packed already, so I'm like just trying to look for a table. So I go all the way on the opposite side of the table, on the opposite side of the end of the lunchroom, right? So they can't really see me. I'm all the way on the other side. You gotta get up, go all the way. Like, I'm all the way on the other side. So I'm getting calls on my phone, and so I see it's Augie calling me, Roosevelt, Marky hitting me up. I'm not picking up. I'm not picking up. I'm done. Like, I'm over it, right? I'm over it. So boom, I go ahead, finish my lunch. They catch me, right? They catch me coming out, and so they like, where were you? I'm like, I was on the other side. Hey, we was calling you. I'm like, okay. And so I walked off. So Roosevelt like, yo, he like, I'm not mad. He like, I was just upset. I'm like, it's fine. Just talk to Marky. And I walk off. I go to my locker. They did not follow me. They went to go do their own thing. So as I boom, shut my locker. I see Dorothy. Dorothy like, so what's up now? I mean, like, it threw me off. It was like, it threw me so off. It threw me off because I shut the locker, and she was like right there, like with this mug, like she like, so what's up now? Like, what you want to do? But as she's talking, she's in action mode. She's like legit in action mode. So she pushed me, and as she pushed me, I straight go, like, she used some strength. I don't know what she was on, if she was on that or that Papa Molly, I'm sweating, but she had some extra strength. She pushed me. You just see me just like go on I fall on the floor and like slide a little bit. So I hurried up, but as I'm sliding, I popped up because I know I can't. When you on the floor, like somebody push you or get you somehow or try to ground and pound you on the floor or on the ground, no, you gotta get up immediately. Like that, Joe, that's a pant. Like you have to get up and pant, like urgency. Like I got up like, hold on, whoa, like I can't even get comfortable on that ground, you feel me? So boom, I popped up. She pushed me back down. So I moved up because she had a hand right here trying to keep me down so she come over me. Boom. So she flopped on me. I'm like, first off, I couldn't breathe. Immediately, I couldn't breathe. Immediately, I could not breathe. I was down. So I'm like, so they like, oh, yo, there's a fight over here. They scrapping. Everybody, they come in a huddle. So some of the people are like, y'all, stop. Here come the security guard. Now, as I hear like, y'all, there go the security guard. I'm still tussling with her, right? But I'm letting her stay on top of me because when the security guards approach, the last thing I need to say is I was on top of her winning and I started the fight. I'm gonna let her stay on top. So I'm like, but I'm still handling her. So as boom, the security guard like, hey, y'all should be going to y'all class. Y'all should be going to y'all. So they breaks it up, straight up, breaks it up. And they like grab me real quick, like, it was like, hold on, but it took two to grab her. Wait a minute. It took two to grab her. So I'm like, hey, I'm like, no. I'm like, come on, around. So they're like, no, y'all going to the office. I'm like, oh my God. So we go to the office and we sitting there. She like, nah, I promise you I got you. You thought I forgot about what happened Thursday and Friday? So she cackling. And so the lady in the office was telling her like, hey, calm down. Don't scream in here. And then on top of that, the security girl like, hey, just relax. So the principal, some of the deans and stuff, the counselors coming like, hey, no, I'm on that with you. No, come on. I dare you. I triple dog, double dare you. I triple dog. Come on. I'm like, she is like telling me to run up. So I'm like, this girl, I thought it was over. So boom, we goes and talk to the principal. The principal asked me what happened, right? And so Dorothy like, why she didn't get to go first. So he's like, I'm gonna get to you. So I tell him exactly what happened, what transpired. As soon as I shut my locker, she was up there like, she was right there. She was right there. She was right there. And she pushed me, right? And so she was like, no, but you started it, this and that. So she's like, she's giving a little bit of the lie and a little bit of the truth. She's mixing this combo, which was crazy. And I was like, nah, I didn't say nothing to her. I'm like, we just had lunch. I didn't even see her lunch. I'm like, we were just in second period. We ain't had no problem. So the principal said, I told y'all what was going to happen if y'all come back in my office. Is either y'all gonna get kicked out or y'all gonna get suspended or y'all gonna do detention. I'm like, I don't want to do detention. He like, well, I'm gonna have to suspend you. He like, I'm gonna suspend y'all both for 3 days. I'm like, but it wasn't my fault. He like, well, you should have came straight to the office. I'm like, wow, how can I come to the office and she's fighting me? He was like, it's only fair if I suspend both of y'all. I'm like, man, this some bull. He like, hey, no profanity. I'm like, but that's not fair. I'm like, I promise you. So break out in tears. Dorothy like, cry, baby, look, crying over being suspended. Scary cat. So she talking about him. I'm like, man, shut. He like, hey. He like, Dorothy, can you stand out there for a second? Let me talk to Rashawn. Yeah, you can talk to this girl, boy. I'm like, why everybody got to call me out my name? They always wanted, anytime something happened, they wanted to direct it to girl, boy, girl, Joanna, man, and all that. They wanted to always, do that to me. So boom, she leaves out. So the principal like, we had a discussion. We all had an agreement. I've been talking to y'all parents. Y'all still not straightening up. I'm like, but it wasn't me. She was at my locker and she was on top of me. And I'm like, and I was just trying to defend myself. He like, but you should have came straight to the office. I'm like, I couldn't. By that time, the security guard was there and we was getting brought to your office. I'm like, okay, look, if you suspend me, fine. I say, but talk to my second period teacher. So, right, so he pulled up my second period teacher. I was like, she can vouch that Dorothy always bullying people, bullying me and saying little mean stuff to the teachers and all of that. I'm like, it's not me. You're like, okay, I'm not going to make no promises that you won't be suspended. But we're going to put your suspension on hold. And I'm going to talk to your second period teacher. And I want you to come down here in my office before you leave. I said, okay, thank you. He like, all right, you need a pass? I'm like, yeah, he gave me a pass. Boom. Now, all right, I'm gone. I went to my class. Boom, I come back out. My third period, I come back out, right? I'm at the locker. Now, we got fourth period, which y'all already know that's going to be pressure. We got fourth period. Boom. I go to my locker. Charzetta, she comes down to my locker. She like, you done have an attitude? I'm like, I never had an attitude at you. She was like, really? So somebody came in, tapped Charzetta. It was a boy. She like, your sweaty hands. And he was like, hey. He like, we gonna play volleyball today? And so she like, yeah, you got your team? Like, they yelling down the hallway. I'm like, uh-oh. She like, you want to be on my team? I'm like, I gotta go to class. She like, no, it's after school. I'm like, I don't know, maybe. She like, my mom loved that chicken, and it was good, but you forgot my fries. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I had to cook a lot of chicken. So she was like, that's cool. She like, but it was good. She like, let me know if you can play volleyball, like, straight, like, they was gonna play, like, straight after school. So I was like, all right, cool. So, boom, I'm going to my fourth period. The teacher, he just leaned back on his desk. Now, it's Chuck. It's Roosevelt. They sitting there. And everybody, like, kind of, like, talking among themselves, just waiting until it's time to settle down in the class. So I walked in. I looked at Roosevelt. Roosevelt was like looking at me like, and I'm just like, I go sit at another desk, right? Because I was sitting closer to them, but I went on here and I sat at another desk. So the teacher was like, all right, guys, we're going to have a test, but we're going to partner up. We're going to do 2 pairs. So we're going to find a partner, talk among yourselves to see who's going to be on whose team. We're going to make it fun. It's going to be a test, but competition. So he's saying he was going to have the test on the board, right? So he was like, y'all going to come up here and just fill in the blank. And whoever get the most answers, that's the one that get the highest grade. All right, cool. I thought that was decent. So I'm like, man, like, I really ain't bond with a lot of the classes. So I see Roosevelt. Roosevelt, before I even walk over that way, he like, I'm with Chuck. I got my teammate. So I'm like, okay. All right, can I be on this girl team? And so he like, if she want to be, I ain't even know her name. She just looked geeky. I was like, hey, you want to be? She like, yeah, sure. Nobody never really picks me though. I'm like, that's cool. I'm like, what's your name? She like, they call me Pink. I'm like, they call you Pink? She like, yeah, just because my real name is complicated. I'm like, what's your real name? She like, I just said, it's complicated. Just call me Pink. I'm like, okay. She like, I love pink everything. So boom, it's time for us to get up there and participate. All right. You got your different, you got a lot of these. When he pulled that thing up, it was just a lot of the questions, right? For each different pair. So everybody got to go up there, and it's about 30, 40. It was like about 30, 40 questions because everybody had to go up there a few times, right? So boom, the girl giving me the answer when it was my turn to go up there. Like before I went up there, she like, you're probably going to be number 4. So she like, if you're number 4, this is the answer. Like the girl was smart. She was smart. Boom, we go up there. And it was a successful time in the 4th period. We get ready to end 4th period. And the teacher, he like, hey, everybody did good. I appreciate everybody for listening and not overly talking in my class or talking over me. So, you know, he's being okay. He's not on his woman thing. He's not on his cycle. He was being cool. We leave out, right? So I bump into Greg. Straight up, I bump into Greg. So Greg like, hey, what's up? I'm like, what's up? He like, hey, you know, we got a game coming up. I'm like, oh, I need to go down there. I'm probably finna go see. He like, yeah, you always gotta go check in. He like, every day go down there and go check in. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, so you got a game? He like, yeah, you should come. I'm like, all right. I'm like, for sure. I'm like, I'm gonna come. He like, cause you might not gonna play into, you know what I'm saying, after they get you all set in. I'm like, but I got my shorts, I got my jersey, I got, you know what I'm telling him, I got everything. He like, yeah, just go down there and see, do you play? He like, hey, I gave you my number, right? I'm like, I don't think you did. He like, I think I did though. So he like, just log me in. I'm like, I think I do. So he give me his number, right? Boom, boom, boom. And it comes up already as I'm typing it as his name. So I'm like, oh yeah, I get it. He like, hit me up. I'm like, all right, cool. So boom, I go ahead. I'm finishing enjoying the rest of the day, right? I'm finishing enjoying. So we get through the whole SKU day. So after the 8th period, I go straight to the gym. So the coach immediately and the trainer was like, hey, every day you have to come and check in. He like, we want you to check in around your lunchtime. So like after your lunch or before your lunch, either one, always come in. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, I'm sorry about that. So I'm like, they said it was a game. Oh yeah, but you're gonna be in the next one. I'm like, oh yeah, we got to get you at least in a couple of rounds of practice and training. I'm like, oh, I don't need no training. I don't need it, but okay, cool. So he was like, okay. So he was telling me, like, make sure I be there tomorrow at the school. I'm doing 2 hours. I'm like, all right, cool. Boom, I'm leaving out. So this boy named Vermont, right? Vermont, he was like, hey, the one that always, like, the one that was in 2nd period was trying to egg, Big Mama Do song, trying to make Dorothy like really sick me, like if she was a dog. But he over there, he like, hey, she outside waiting on you. Ooh, so he behind him, like, she outside waiting on you. I'm like, who outside? He like, Dorothy. I'm like, Vermont, you serious? He like, I'm so serious. She out there. He like, she said that she was gonna keep walking all the way around the SKU until she see you. She said she was gonna choke you. I'm like, all right, cool. I don't see Roosevelt. I don't see Marky or nothing. I go out there clear as day. It's a whole crowd because they already know what's going on. And you see her.